tunnel out of the city.
I always would prefer to use a paper map and print out instructions rather than have the phone tell me where to turn. I want to know where I'm going. That's just all instructions. And I use sour cream tubs as Tupperware.
I'm so practical.
My mom is definitely one though that
Give them to us.
yeah, she gives them. I don't give them away as gifts. My mom gives them away as gifts. But but the one, my mom is definitely the one that they ask, do you have any food allergies? Like, well, I'm keeping sensitive to cold. And that's my mom, you know? My sister, she works in the music industry in Nashville. And so once in a while she's friends with different people, and my mom goes to a concert. Like, my sister will message all of my mom concert tickets.
That's nice.
And even backstage passes because my sister knows them personally. And so then my mom will show them different cookies to give the band.
I bet they love it. I mean,
Yeah, they
who doesn't
do.
love cookies? Fresh baked cookies.
Yeah, especially right now.
But that's cute. It makes her happy because she shared her love with them.
Yeah. Well, she's one of those that, we get together with my grandmother because she moved to Springfield.
Okay, so now both sides you have got of Madrid. Actually, the name of the river is longer, and the river, the Manzanares, boom, we cross. But actually, is an area.
He wants to promote to get a better job. You have to kill the boat.
Hey!
That is not very Christian. So.
No.
But it can happen. Yeah.
So this is the main entrance. This is the west. All the Catholic churches, Christian churches, are orientated in a way from west to east. It is a symbolic. It's a kind of way to represent that you are here in the west, and this is the darkness. This is the sunset. So you are a pilgrim, a sinner. You came inside through the dark, and then you go to the light that is on the other side.
Oh.
It is symbolic. Huh? We are going to get inside. There is but this door, I want you to see from the outside because it's only open for the Pope, the King, and the Sprinkles. No, so only for the Pope and the. Okay, so.
I look what?
This cathedral is a working church. That is why the cathedrals are open only after 2 p.m. on Sundays. That is the most important day for the Christians. For the US is the Sabbath, it's the Saturday, and for the Arabs the on Friday. So as you see, they manage to combine. Okay, so this is, as I told you, the most important church, the most important cathedral in Spain. It's not the biggest one, it's not the oldest one, but it's the richest one. I'm going to show you something that is explains that is also here and it's also in Seville, that you're going to see this much bigger, the one in Seville. What is the difference between these cathedrals in Spain and other Gothic cathedrals all over the rest of Europe? Is because, remember that date? That is the one, the forgiveness date that is only open for Pope and the King and the Holy Year. Well, if you were now in Paris, in Notre Dame, in England, in Westminster Abbey, in the Duomo in Milano, from there you will able to see the whole temple to the main altar. But you cannot do the same in Spain. Not in Seville, not in Toledo, not in Granada, not in Barcelona, not in Gothic churches, because in Spain, as a difference with other countries, Catholic countries as well, but in this case, they decide to place the choir, that is over there, in the middle. So they have the choir. The choir is the place for the members of the church, different monks, different canons. But this place, of course, that the members of the church they have somewhere else in the center. But in Spain, it represents the power of the Catholic Church in Spain until the day before yesterday. Yes, so they place themselves into the middle, into the heart of the cathedral. Okay? So this also helps to separate the social classes. So here we are, us, ordinary people. This one, and then in the middle for the members of the church, and in the main altar that we will see later for the royal family or high level members of the church. Okay? So social classes that they never mix. So in Spain, even though now that the people when they go to church, they don't say, I go to attend the church, I go to see. In the Northern Europe, they were Christians. They were not Catholic, but they were Christians. They had they built churches, and it was a little church here where we are. Okay? And then the Arabs, the Moorish arrived. So boom, they destroyed the little church and they built the mosque, the biggest mosque here where we are now. Then the Christians arrived, and what they did, they destroyed all the mosque. In fact, not all, because they recycle some elements, as the columns that you see behind you. Okay? Over there.
Oh.
They were used. They were taken from the old mosque to be used as okay. So it happens all the time. So the civilization that they were also they built over the altars, like an onion, 2 years old, 800 years old. You have to imagine when they started the construction of this, not a single computer. So how they made it, how they brought the materials far away to here. It was a task that it was taken in common for everybody. The construction of cathedrals was the beginning of the cities in Europe, and this style allowed to have long naves, high naves. They were used as a radio station to talk to God. Because when you were coming from the distance, you were able to see this cathedral. Okay, so you had to imagine in the 1300s completely lost, and suddenly you saw the spine of this cathedral, or in Paris, or in Seville, as you are going to see. So the Gothic allowed the architect to build higher temples, higher naves, because it wasn't just a shape. So before this pointed arches, they were round arches. The thing is that to hold all the weight of the ceiling, that was the key, they need very thick, very, very thick walls, because otherwise they collapse.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, some years later, I mean hundreds of years later, in France, and the monks, they discovered the secret of pointed arches. Like this. So the weight, the weight of the ceiling, it went to the columns down, then to the other columns down, and then even outside. So the walls were not as thick as in the Romanesque. So if you have a wall that is like this, what can you do? Windows. And through the windows, what you have? Light. Light is this key of the Gothic. It brings the light into the temple. Now we don't see it because it's in the afternoon. You come in the morning at this time of the year, we will see all this represented and reflects on the colors. So now for us, it's not a big difference because we have the electrical light. Yeah? So, but in the past, allow to use the temples, these cathedrals, all day long, mostly all day long. So this was the center. They came to find a girlfriend, to find a boyfriend, socialize, to do market, to do business, so on. So that was the center. And of course, the bishops, it was a competition against other cities and other bishops. They wanted to be the tallest, the biggest. So you know that's size matter. Hola, guapo. Even for the bishops. Okay, so that is why. Question? Okay. Before I say you right, so they have to draw this, and then it represents the life of Jesus, the life of Virgin, the life of saints. Closer, okay. I told you that I'm going to save your life. To do that, I need you to take a look at the fan. We will do it at the end of the month. Right? Because it's going to be different. We are 2 hours. So we will do it at the end of the month. So this is going to be different. So we'll see the reflection of this rose window. It's magic. Absolutely magic. Actually, in this cathedral, because of the many stained glass windows and rose windows, they do a show by night about their life. You know? Believe me, it's magic. Okay, come.
Is this? What? Oh, there's seats. Oh, Annika, these are chairs. Whoa.
Okay. Come closer.
These are chairs.
This is a very humble place for the members of the church. Here we have something that is absolutely unique. There is this choir. So these were places for the church members, priests, monks, canons, whatever. They were separated in different classes. This row or the other one. So the upper class church members over there. This is the oldest one. He represents in different books, different parts of the war of Granada. You're going to Granada. The conquer of Granada, the surrender of Granada, it changed everything, not only in Spain, but in Europe and in the rest of the world. Because after having Spain all Christianized, after the conquer of Granada in 1492, is when the Catholic monarchs, they said, what are we going to do now? And Christopher Columbus was in Granada. I said, I have an idea to go to the Indies. And they gave them the money, and everything changed. Also in Granada, it is an important historical event, that is the expulsion of the Jewish. They didn't want to be Christian, they were forced. We will talk about that in in the synagogue. But before, that is why these parts of the world in Granada, they were represented. All of them, they are completely different, one by the other. And then on the other part, we Carrara marble, alabaster, all these spectacular materials. There. So there is a kind of 114 years of difference between this level and the other level. This part, this is called mercies, because the monks first they were here, then you can put it down, sit down. But sometimes they were not allowed to be sit down because they had to sing or whatever, so they put it like this. So you were resting,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
right? And no one realized that you were resting.
Oh, sneaky.
How these motifs, this is stealing money, some pornography, this lady having a shower. This is the place for a priest to sit down. So it's under the ash of a priest. It's kind of pornographic in this church. It's because the artists they create because they thought that no one ever would be able to see this. So that is why. Look at this. It's absolutely amazing. And then we can see this building. So nice. Tell me, what do you see?
Oh, wow. She's smiling.
Exactly.
She's smiling.
You know, all the virgins are so serious all the time.
Yeah.
Even baby Jesus, they look like my grandfather sometimes. Because
Yeah.
it represents all.
There's those stairs that goes up here to like a pulpit.
Wasn't it daylight savings time?
It is daylight savings time. Yeah. So we were surrounded until daylight savings. So it is daylight savings.
It's not solid gold, but it's gold leaf. Anyway, there's a lot of gold here, mostly from America. They were used. So, when they like this, this represents the life of the Virgin and the life of Jesus. You have to read it from here, then go to the right, then go
Oh, okay.
down like way. Go to the top.
Wow.
You have the crucifixion of Jesus. When the artists made this, they already knew about the optic and the perspective. So the first figures that you see are more or less our level, and like this. On the second level, like this. The third level, like this. And at the very top, where you see Jesus in the cross,
Yeah.
it's 8 meters, so it's a kind of 24 feet.
Jesus is 8 meters tall? What?
Yes. We don't see it, we don't realize. But in order to see more or less the same perspective, that is why they not double, but almost. The size every time we're going up.
Wow.
This is the most important.
These are iron. These rings are all iron.
Santiago, St. James, they open it every Sunday until 2 for the rest. Look at that one, that clock over there. It's only 1 euro. They couldn't manage with minutes. They only care about time, about the hours. The minutes came much later, seconds, and nanoseconds, of course. Even with meta. Like a 3-dimension over there. So the cathedral
here.
started to be built
Come
in
sit here, easy, brother.
800 years ago. So it took hundreds of years to finish. And this is one of the last parts. light comes and light up this.
You gotta go stand in that corner and look up there.
This chapel, that is, and they light up with the back of the tabernacle. The tabernacle is the place where they hold the holy. So every day is different. The light is at different times. Like the morning. And then on the other side of the main altar, you see.
Wow.
The tabernacle is right. Look at this. This is a good rock. This is a Carrara marble. And then represents the river and little questions. Here we are. Look up. We see a hat. Right? Over there. Look at. There's another red hat. Cardinal. Cardinal. Because they are made by the Pope. So when they die, this one here, they have the right to have a hat. More important in the Christianity, that is at the end of the cathedral. Let's go.
En este Cristo principalmente son cardinales.
Oh.
En este Cristo hay cardinales.
Sí, habrá alguno, hay algún santo o algo así. No son las, por ejemplo, en Santiago de Compostela, que es donde se supone que está Santiago, el patrón.
And more organs. Over 9 organs here. Baptism? Baby baptism?
The monks, but they work in the cathedral and they never leave. So they have a cloister for them to walk, to have sunshine, and also to grow some vegetables or whatever is necessary. What are we going to see here? This. The monks ones. The monks ones is the cloister. It's where actually the Christians, Catholics, they keep the holy form. Spread like this in the middle. You're gonna see. Why is this so special? We have a lot of custodies. You probably will see another one in Seville, in Córdoba, in Granada, and so many other cities, not only in Spain. Why is this one so different? It's because what it is in the center, it was made to the 17, there is 50 pounds of gold, pure gold, solid gold, that came from America with Christopher Columbus, Spain. And the Queen Elizabeth decided, okay, I'm going to commission the construction of this. Then when she died, the regent, the one who took over, they decided to make it much bigger. So what you have is 200 Is in procession all over the city in a float in Corpus Christi Day. That depends on when you have holiday, Holy Week. It's gonna be at the end of May, probably. Huh? This is kind of a circle, it's like a mirror, is when you place the holy form. It has to be under a canopy to be able to take it outside. And then they make this from this part up like a cathedral, like a tower.
600 pound pure gold.
The artist who made this, he wrote the structure.
Wow.
It was the only place that they were free to learn how to read, to write, to paint, because there were not men around. But not the parents, no the husbands, no boyfriends. Sometimes if they were rich, they have another door, or they have their boyfriends around. But it was not the normal. But they were the only space that they were absolutely only female were.
Equal.
So exactly, and some of them they chose to be that because, and many of them when they died, their husband died, they came into the company. So this is completely different now. Concept changed. I'm going to show you what about the. Okay. So we're getting into the Jewish corner.
So the Jews have their own corner.
True. When you see this one, that's from Africa, it's because the new nuns, they don't come from Europe. They don't come from Spain.
The Jewish synagogue.
Okay, so welcome to the synagogue of St. Mary the White. Synagogue, church, virgins. What is wrong here? Everything. Actually, what do you see the synagogue here? No. You see, what do you see? Mosque. It's a mosque. It's a Muslim mosque. Okay?
Yeah.
It was built by the Muslims. That it was never used as a mosque. It was used as a synagogue and then converted into a church and then into a church and monument. That is why we are visiting. So this is unique in the world. We only have 4 medieval synagogues in Spain. We used to have a lot. It was a huge. and very important and rich community until they were expelled. That is one. One of the reasons why they were expelled, because they were rich. And, so, in the 1300s, the rabbi of Toledo, he decided to have the biggest synagogue in Toledo. Here, they were people that they knew how to make money, the commerce, business, but building, it was not so good. They were not so good. So they went to the people who were the ones, the best ones, building synagogues or whatever. The Arabs, the Alarifes. So, and the Arabs say, okay, you pay me, I do a synagogue, but I don't know what is a synagogue. I'm going to build what I know, a mosque, and then you decide what you do. This is a mosque, 5 names. This is the biggest, and to decide for women, because the sects were separated in the 3 religions: the Arabs, the Jewish, and the Christians. Sects were separated. The Christians, now they are together, but that's a few years ago. So, the Arabs said, okay, this is for you. You use it as you want to. So it was never used as a mosque. But you see,
Yeah.
Imperial coat of arms of the Emperor Charles V of Germany versus Spain. Here you see with the eagle with 2 heads representing the kingdom of Castile. So he was the king, and he was the emperor of the German Roman Empire. So Toledo was the capital until 1561, 1561. That we talk about that this morning, when his son, the emperor's son, Philip II, decided to move the capital from Toledo to Madrid. So Madrid was founded to protect Toledo, and hundreds of years later, we stole the capital from them. Since 1561, Madrid is the capital of the Spain. Is more centrally located. That is one of the reasons why the capital was moved to Madrid. Okay, so we came this afternoon to this area. This is, you see, Sol, encendidos, S-O-L, sun, and boxes. It means that in the bullring, because it's round, the prices you have more or less the same visibility. You pay dependent if you are in the sun or in the shade. On our way to Madrid, let's hope that we don't have so much traffic to get into Madrid, because it's Sunday. I remind you, Sunday, so many people that they were out of the city in their second rest.